Okay. Welcome back for your second session with Damien Challen of 101 Rugby League. I'd like to thank you once again for coming back. It's been awesome to have you. Just a few housekeeping measures. Just because we're now in a different location, just need to point out, if you need to go to the toilet, just put your hand up, say what you're doing, and I'll just point you the direction. They're basically into the through the walkway, through the door, then turn right. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, please by all means can you keep them towards the end of the session, because then we'll have a good opportunity to make it happen. Alright, now I just need to double check that I've still got the right people here. So as we did with yesterday's session, Keelan Challenor, yep, Tanea Challenor, yep, and Deb Challenor. Fantastic, nice of you all to come. Awesome. Alright, now today's session, it's going to be continuing on further from what we did yesterday, understanding more of the understanding of Rugby League. And yesterday we did some things that were, give you a better understanding of what Rugby League is about, and more importantly, how to play the game. Alright, now for me, I've been interested in Rugby League for a very, very long time, ever since I was a young fella. I played sport all my life, but I really love Rugby League because of what it does as a team sport and for what it does for the individual. Now today's session, my favourite team is Cronulla. Up Cronulla.
Go the Sharks.
Okay, so just a question. What can you tell me about a football or one of these things? What can you tell me about? Just take a moment, have a think, and what do you think a football means to you? Okay? So let you gather your thoughts for a moment. Alright, Keelan, what does a football mean to you?
It's a ball that can be blown up and passed around and kicked around and tackled over.
Yep. Tanea?
Used in a sport that I find really not interesting.
Then you don't find that's all right. That's all right. We're not here to convert you. We're just simply going to give you some information on best way to use the football. And Deb, what about you?
It's an odd-shaped ball that you kick around, and if it's flat like this one, it doesn't look very good.
Yeah, we had a bit of a problem. Had an issue with the pump. We pumped it up, and it went down, but we still can use it. It is still usable. We still can use it. Okay, it's not like we can throw it out like it's broken, or it is still usable. So that's awesome. That's one thing about the footballs; they don't go down completely. Oh, before I forget, so at the end of the session, I'm going to have some questions for you. Okay, to help your understanding and help what you know about and what you don't know. All right, and finally, our following on from today's session, next session will be my favourite subject on how to tackle somebody with a football. Oh, I'm glad to see that you're so excited. So if you open up your books, open up your little workbooks to page 8. Oh, that's the welcome. There you go. And you got there eventually. Alright, so if you go to page 8, alright, we're just going to watch a quick video on some aspects of the game which will be helpful in our discussion later on. And alright.
So the first rule of catching a ball is we want to put our hands out in front, about chest height, to give our teammate a target to catch the ball. So as he throws the ball, we're ready to catch right in front, which gives us opportunity to pass the ball to our teammate or bring it in for contact.
Just play that again, just to, because it went pretty quick. The gentlemen that is presenting it are they're playing for the All Stars. All right, there's the team that is. They make a team up of players before the start of the NRL season, the National Rugby League season, and what they do is they pick an Indigenous side and a non-Indigenous side, and they play together in an exhibition match. So these fellows are the ones that are the ones presenting what we are looking at today.
So the first rule of catching a ball is we want to put our hands out in front, about chest height, to give our teammate a target to catch the ball. So as he throws the ball, we're ready to catch, right in front, which gives us opportunity to pass it off our teammate or bring it in for contact.
That was learning how to catch the ball, which we will, so I'm showing the video, so that what we're going to do a bit later on is actually demonstrate how to catch it and then how to pass it. Alright, and then, yeah.
Alright, well, we'll start with the setup of the 6 o'clock pass. Obviously that's the grip. It's important to have a good grip on the football. I try to find 2 parts of the ball, the seam. I try and play my index finger like that. Secondly, you've got to find your target. We want to try and pass the ball out in front of our teammate, out in front of his chest. That's just a nice high elbow pass and follow with our hands pointing back towards our target. Good follow through, makes for a nice smooth pass.
Just run this through again.
Alright, well, we'll start with the setup of the 6 o'clock pass. Obviously that's the grip. It's important to have a good grip on the football. I try to find 2 parts of the ball, the seam, and I try and lay my index finger along that. And obviously spread my fingers out to have a good grip. Secondly, you've got to find your target. We want to try and pass the ball out in front of our teammate, out in front of his chest. That's just a nice high elbow pass and follow with our hands pointing back towards our target. It's a good follow through, makes for a nice smooth pass.
Just for your benefit, I forgot to mention, I had some pens, so if you want to write some ideas down and things like that as we go, that'd be great. Now, so what was your thoughts? The good, the bad, and the ugly, or the indifferent about what we just saw? Any thoughts on it? Any thoughts? Can you give me one thought of what you just saw about the 2 videos that we just saw?
Totally different from playing netball, where you're trying to get the ball in front of your face, so you're working at your chest height.
That's good, very good. Yeah. Well, ball control is adaptable throughout all majority of sports. Some sports you can pass it forward, which isn't a problem. But in the rugby league, it's actually you have to pass back down. What about you, Snake? What was one thought that you gathered from what we just saw? Okay. No thoughts? That's all right, we'll come back to it. What about you, Keelan? What did you think of what you just saw?
I thought it was easy, but it looked kind of hard.
Looks hard, easy, but it looks hard. Oh, okay. Yep. Well, if you haven't played it before, then that's what this is about. It's not about you all of a sudden now going to go play for Australia or go play for Queensland or whatever. It's just that it's just going to give you some understanding and some skill, and understand that's my passion about what I like about National Rugby League. So today, any more thoughts before we go on to have a few demonstrations? Did you think it looks easy, or do you think it looks hard? Looks hard?
Easy at the same time.
Alright, so what we're going to do Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to split into two teams. So I'll take Keelan. Keelan, you join me, and then Deb, you join with Tanea. Alright, so what... One thing that is paramount is before you learn how to pass and how to catch is actually ball control. Is actually being able to hold ball without dropping it. Because if you can't handle this ball, as in if you can't put it from one hand to the other, like this, if you can't do that, right? Then you can't, if you were to go play a game, whether it's rugby league or whether it's netball or basketball, if you can't hold on to the ball, like in basketball you can't physically hold unless you're standing still and you can bounce it, but predominantly you actually got to learn to hold it and then you've actually got to learn to pass it. Well, that works in the same with the rugby league, right? So you actually have to being able to control the ball from one hand to the other without dropping it on the ground. Alright, so if you want to hop up, we might just practice that. Just actually passing the ball from one hand to the other, like this, and then just passing it to... So what I want you to do is have the ball in one hand, pass it to the other, so it's like this. Yep. So just, that's it, yep, now see? So you've got to hold, you'll be able to hold the ball. Yeah. Don't try and roll it so much. Just push it from one hand to the other. That's it. Yep. Yep. So when you hold the ball, hold your hands out. Don't hold them closed. Hold your fingers out. All right. You don't loop it up just yet. Yep. Awesome. Yep. You get the hang of it. Yep. Okay, so now, could you just... Okay, yep. Alright, so now, what I want you to do is now you've got the ball in two hands, is just simply, just throw it with two hands, and then catch it with two. So you're watching the ball with your eyes, as it goes up, you come down, it goes up. And so I want the ball to leave your hands and then come down and grab hold of it before it gets past your waist, past your hips. Or your belly, actually easier if it's past your belly button, right? So I want you to catch it before it gets to you, throw it in the air, and then just simply catch it before it gets to your belly button. But don't throw it out, you actually just got to throw it up so it comes down, so it makes it easier to catch. What I'm looking at, what you're actually doing, is building up your hand-eye coordination. Right? It's a great skill in all sorts of sports. Yep, awesome. Okay, you want to pass Deb a ball? Oh, okay. Yep. Awesome. Enjoy it today. You see, you're doing well. That's good. Nice job. Okay, yeah. You're getting the knack of it already. Awesome. Very good. All right. So now, this next program. Okay. So what I need you. Okay. So what I need you to. Okay. Well, I can go with that. Doesn't matter. Today, you want to just move that chair back out of the way. Okay, Keelan, just move over that way just a little. So, what did he say about passing the ball? What did he say about holding the ball? What did he say about when you to hold the ball? Stop. What did he say? What did he say about where you roughly hold the ball? So basically holding it with your fingers down. So put to this, okay? Look at the ball. So what I want you to do is actually, as you're going to catch the ball, right? So if you're going to pass the ball, you have your fingers down, right? But if you're going to catch the ball, you need to have your hands. Now, what did he say? What did he say?
To your chest.
To your chest. But what more importantly, when you're passing the ball, what did he say that it does? When you pass the ball, when you're catching the ball, you're making a what for your teammate? What are you giving? What are you giving him? You're giving him starts with a T. A target. Yay! Woo! Fuck yeah! Yay! So you're giving them a target. So you hold the thumbs, so put your thumbs down, or like that, but your fingers up. So when you're passing it, your fingers are down. And when you're catching it, your fingers are up. But you don't have your hands like this. Don't have your hands like you're going to get a ball in the melon, or as we call a falcon. We don't want any falcons today, all broken noses, all right? Okay, so you need to have your arms comfortably by your side, down like this. So that's where you're going to pass the ball to, okay? Do you remember how we said to pass the ball, where to put your fingers? So you want to put your fingers in the, see the ball's made up of 4 quarters. Alright, so you want to put your fingers on one quarter and on the other quarter, and then you got to be pushing one. If you're passing, you put your foot forward. I'm going to pass it to this now. Alright, so you're going to, that's it. And to pass it, that's it. Alright, so, alright. Very good. I didn't have that. I'm too used to football, I just had it here better. So the better way for you to catch it is exactly right. So when you're passing the ball, don't pass it end on end and end like that. I want you to just pass it so I just remembered something also now. Yeah, keep going.
You're doing it properly.
Very good. Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Keep going. Good, yep. Now what I want you to do this time, I want you to pass it from your left-hand side. Alright, so what you're going to do is, your right shoulder, your right arm will be forward, and you'll be...
That seems weak.
No, you got it. Okay, if you're going to pass left, you bring your right foot forward. Bring your right foot forward. No, other way. You put your right foot forward, left foot back. So this time you're having your right shoulder pointing to this person here, and you're passing like that. There you go. Yep. Yep, you're getting it, yep. Okay, I want you to swap around now. So swap sides, no swap.
What?
Swap. Say passing.
Oh, so you pass the other side.
So
This side.
Yeah, you're going to pass to the right, that's it, yep.
Is it easier?
Oh, you will have a definite side when you're playing sport. You have a dominant hand. You always have a dominant hand. But to be a good team player, you need to be adaptable. Hey?
Yep.
Oh, that's just what needs to happen. Alright, you guys are all doing really well. So what I'm going to do, I wasn't going to do it, but I will. So come and have a seat again. You guys did really well. I'm impressed. Alright, we're going to up the ante a little on the pass. Alright, so you want to quickly write down some thoughts. If you go over to page 8, I think it is. Go over to page 8. Alright, so if you could just write down some basics of how to hold the ball. Yep, this will be page 10. On your second session. Awesome, fantastic. Okay, so just write down a couple of thoughts of how to hold the ball. very well. I'm impressed. The people that play Rugby League, you've done very well. Must have been all those state of origins that I put you through. Well, Blues are going to get it next year anyway. That's all good. Yep. Yeah, original ideas, Keelan. Come on. Come on, some original ideas. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, now what about some ideas of how to catch a ball? Remember how we caught the ball? Remember how you caught the ball? Did you catch with one hand behind your back? Very good. So have you written 2 ideas down? 2 things that you remember? How to hold the ball? Did you pass the ball one-handed? Did you pass it with your eyes shut? Okay, so now, awesome. Considering you didn't like the game, you've done very well. That's good. No, that's good. That's really good today. That's very good.
I see the purpose to this.
Yeah. Okay, we're all students, we're all gathering knowledge. Okay, so, Keelan, what was one thing that you remembered about how to hold a ball?
Don't drop it.
That's very good. That's it. Yep. I'm not sure if that was taught, but yeah, that's one thing. Yes. What about you, Deb?
Hands open.
Hands open. Okay. What about you, Snail? There's no, now look, just to let you know, there's no right or wrong answer, alright? It doesn't matter, if you think it's the silliest thing, that is okay, alright? I'm not necessarily after a thesis on how to catch a ball and how to pass a ball. If you want to say, like Keelan said, don't drop it, that's fine. So, there's no right or wrong answer, okay? Just to encourage you there.
Hold the ball where the 4 seam lines are. So your 2 thumbs on the top seam lines, and then you rest your fingers.
Very good, excellent. Okay, Keelan, any more ideas of yours of how to hold a ball?
Well, the other one was seams.
The what, sorry?
The seams, hold it at seams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little different. That's fine. Still the same idea, but it was same, different to tonight. What about you, Deb?
Nothing more.
Nothing more? You got nothing more? I'll have to work on that one. Okay, what about you tonight? Really? You gave me such a great thing for the... Okay, what about how to pass the ball? Okay, what about you, Deb? You can first come off the reg.
Hold both hands open. Catch your chest.
Okay. What about you tonight?
How to pass the ball.
Yep.
1 foot.
Is it passable or catchable?
No, how to pass the ball.
I said catch.
I said catch. Sorry.
Hey, how to pass a ball.
I have 1 foot, on the side here. I have 1 foot forward. So for me, my left foot forward, and have my left elbow pointed towards the person I'm passing to.
Very good. And what about you, Keelan?
Hands down. And I don't know what that movement is, but pass it on.
No, that's right. You don't want hands up passing the ball.
I think that's the one.
That's net, yeah, it's netball or basketball. But we want to, because by passing the ball from with your hands down, you have a greater chance of actually passing it to the person that you're aiming at. Because he's giving you a what? What is he giving you? A
Target.
target. All right.
Hopefully not his head.
So now, okay, what about catching the ball? Tonight, what about you?
For catching a ball, hands close to your chest, not over outwards.
Yep, very good. Yeah, that's good. Why don't you want your hands all the way open?
Because you won't have a broken nose.
Broken nose and you'll have a falcon. Famous footballer, Mario Fennick on that one. Okay, what about you, Keelan? Oh, and you give me some great answers. You can give me another one.
Yeah, pretty much. Catch with both hands to the chest.
Deb, final one.
Keep your eyes on the ball.
Keep your eyes. Very good. Very good. That's awesome. All right, I wasn't going to go there, but it's still part of passing. But this is just to
Okay, second pass that we're talking about today is a spiral pass. Obviously, I don't want to see too many juniors trying to use this pass. I think the 6 o'clock pass is most effective for the little boys and girls. But as the kids get a little bit older and the passes need to be a little bit longer, we can start introducing the spiral pass. Once again, the grip is it's sort of really where you feel comfortable. Mine is just sort of my outside hand on one end of the football, inside hand on the other end. Again, making sure you have a nice grip on the ball. Our fingers don't want to be too close. Nice firm grip, sort of on the end of your fingertips, so you can really rip the ball out of your hands. You don't want it stuck in your palms, sort of trying to get it out. On the end of your fingertips, nice firm grip. It's really just about your wrist action, ripping it out, ripping the ball out of your grip. So it's just like this, rip it out like that.
okay. So this is a step up from this pass to actually. This is a directional pass. Actually, you'll be able to pass it further when you pass it. You'll actually notice that it'll actually travel as it comes to you a lot faster. So you really have to watch it. So let's go again.
You play it against him.
You want to play it again? Oh, okay, yep, alright, yep.
There was a bit out again.
We can play it again, Sam, no worries.
Okay, second pass that we're talking about today is a
Mobile
spiral
phone.
pass.
Thank you.
Obviously, I don't want to see too many juniors trying to use this pass. I think the 6 o'clock pass is most effective for the little boys and girls. But as the kids get a little bit older and the passes need to be a little bit longer, we can start introducing the spiral pass. Once again, the grip is it's sort of really where you feel comfortable. Mine is just sort of my my outside hand on one end of the football, inside hand on the other end. Again, making sure you have a nice grip on the ball. Our fingers don't want to be too close. Nice firm grip, sort of on the end of your fingertips, so you can really rip the ball out of your hands. It doesn't want to be, you don't want it stuck in your palms, sort of trying to get it out. On the end of your fingertips, nice firm grip. It's really just about your wrist action and ripping it out, ripping the ball out of your grip. So it's just like this, rip it out like that.
Alright, so we'll, this time Deb, you go with Tanea, and I'll have Keelan. Actually no, I'll swap. I'll go with Tanea and Deb, you go with Keelan.
Oh, yes, do it.
Okay, so just move back a little further. Okay, so this one, it's a little different. So you've got one hand this way and one hand that way. Alright, it's a bit lighter, you're going to hold it a bit lighter, but as you're passing it, you're going to have to do the same way. So it's the same way passing, but you're just holding your hands differently, okay? And you're catching, that's what you're aiming for. Oh, target, that's what you got to watch. So it's two hands, that's it, yeah, two hands. And you're actually twisting it as you pass it. You're not end on end, you're actually spiraling it. So you go. Yep. Now you've got to have one hand forward and one hand back, right? So as you're passing it, you're getting there. Get it? Yeah, that's it. So it's one hand forward. The front hand is predominantly lower. The right hand, the hand at the back is higher. All right. Well, it's meant to be travelling faster, but that's okay. Whoops, I dropped it. Oh no, we lose! That was a mix. That's okay. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, yep. Yep, you get there. Sure. Alright, okay, one more each. Oh, how frugal. That's my old football days, I forget about putting my hands up. Last one. Alright, okay. Alright, let's go. Heads up, a little more sleep.
Ow! Put it there.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a very enjoyable afternoon, or evening now. So, in the wash-up of today, we did a few things that were a little different, but more importantly, we learned some basic skills and greater understanding of rugby league. Alright, what to do with the ball and how to use it. So, in closing, alright, I want you to think about two things that you learnt today.
How to pass the ball, how to catch the ball.
I just gotta go one at a time. Thank you very much for your enthusiastic response, Keelan. Appreciate that. That was very thoughtful. But I would prefer to have one answer at a time from a person. So, Keelan, we'll just start again. Okay, okay. Seeing how you jumped in, we might as well start with Keelan. So what was one of two things that you remember? Well, you can think of three things now because you jumped out with two so fast.
Keep your eye on the ball.
Okay, yep. And what about you, Tanea?
How to actually play the game.
Okay. Deb?
Different from playing netball, because I've always played netball. You keep your hands up here and you throw from there, and we're
Going up and down.
just
Okay. Keelan! Your third point is?
I had it just before.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to you. All right. So today, what was something else that you learned from today? Hold that thought while the plane goes overhead. Give you a bit more thinking time.
How to position your hands doing the spiral pass.
Very good. Deb?
It takes a little more skill than what I first thought, where it was just the boys throwing the ball around the footy field.
Okay.
It's a bit more skill.
And we'll give Keelan a drum roll. Pick your name. And Ed's last answer is...
How not to throw a ball.
How not to throw a ball?
Not to throw the football.
Yeah, not to throw the ball.
As in, like, you were just...
Yeah.
just
I'll be a little bit more precise in the way I'm throwing, instead of just flop.
Very good. Okay, so now our next session will be my favourite subject. How to tackle somebody. No, not to hurt somebody, just to tackle them.
Still counts as hurting.
So when your brother comes home, we can tackle him.
Well, I'll show you a technique that'll actually put it in your favour. They'll actually, when you tackle them, they'll fall over. Instead of you falling on you, you fall on them. So that's a really good way
so they're like a cushion for you?
Oh, sorry. Before I go, do we have any questions?
Do you tackle someone the minute that you're a cushion?
Sorry, I misunderstood. What was the question?
When you tackle someone,
Yes.
you're saying like how you tackle the person by them you're falling to them. Does that mean they're making more of a cushion for you?
Technically, well, it's enabling you not to get hurt. That's the aim of the game. All right. Any more questions before I forget to? I'll let you have a question. No. Okay. Well, thank you very much. You've been very attentive. So, if you could just simply fold those over and then pass them back to me, that would be fantastic, so I can then continue marking them to see how you've gone so far with our 101 Rugby League with Damien Charles. Thank you very much. All right, now if you would like to come and see me after class and talk about getting your phone back, okay? Thank you.